Welcome back to the Creakers. Today we're going to be reading chapter 15, Back to the Wallab. Has your mum or dad ever burned the dinner? Or maybe a piece of toast at breakfast time? Do you remember what it smells like? Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Well, that very same smell suddenly wafted up Lucy's nostrils. Oh, hot, hot, hot! The Creakers cried as the first pools of wonderful morning sunlight reached the basket they were trapped in and cut through the bars like knives. Lucy looked down and gasped as she saw their black skin puffing up like bubbling treacle at the first drop of light. "Let us go!" Grunt growled. "Oh my goodness, I'm sorry," Lucy said, leaping from the basket at once. She lifted it off the four Creakers and rushed to the curtains to draw them properly, buying them some more time. But when she turned back around, her heart thumped in her chest. The Creakers were tugging her dad's grubby coat off Ella's floppy, sleeping body. "Hey, that's my dad's!" cried Lucy. "Stupid little kidderin, never trust a Creaker," Grunt cried as he put the coat on himself, wearing it like a royal robe. Then, in a split second, he slid underneath Lucy's bed, much faster than Lucy had seen them move before. Guff, Scratch and Sniff followed, giggling and laughing in their weird, twisted way as they slipped into the blackness below. "No!" Lucy cried, but it was too late. They had gone, along with her dad's coat, back to their backwards wallab. She quickly shook Ella. "Wake up, you sleepyhead!" But I don't like pink marshmallows," Ella mumbled in her dreamy voice. Lucy jumped onto her bed, bouncing up and down and shaking Norman. "Wake up, you useless boy," she called. "There's no scout badge for sleeping through a crisis." Well, actually, there is a scout badge for sleeping through a crisis. It looks like this. It was hopeless. Norman and Ella were too heavily under the dozy dust magic to be woken. Lucy was on her own, and she had to think quickly. "That's right, I've got to think quickly," Lucy told herself firmly. "I'm the only person who knows where the grown-ups are and how to get there. I've got to find Mum. I've got to get her back." Lucy dropped to the floor and peered into the dark space beneath her bed. The wooden boards appeared to be normal, but Lucy knew better now. She reached out and slowly prodded one with her fingertips. The floor wobbled. The wormhole to the wallab was still open. But as Lucy thought this, the floor gave a little shake, and a bubble rose to the surface and popped, as though it was some sort of living jelly. Lucy pulled her hand back quickly and felt the warmth of the morning sun as it illuminated her room through the thin curtains. "The sunlight must be making the wormhole close," thought Lucy. "That's it. It's now or never." She pulled the straps of her swimming goggles tight, pushed her fringe to one side, took a deep breath, slid head first into the shadows beneath her bed. The floor swallowed her up whole. In an instant she sank into the squashy, swishy, wobbly, bobbly floor. She was back in the wallab once more. Lucy tried to relax, to let the sticky walls tighten and stretch around her, and finally spit her out into the strange wallab tunnel. She flipped upside down, or was it downside up? Either way, she felt awfully dizzy again as she toppled onto her bottom next to the hole that led to her bedroom. Suddenly, the hole started to glow a glorious orange, like a warm sunrise, before shrinking and disappearing completely. The wormhole must close in the daytime and stop sunlight from getting in, protecting the Creakers and the wallab from being dusted, Lucy murmured. "But that means I can't get out. I'm stuck down here now, at least until it's night time in Whiffington again." A Creaker's laugh echoed down the steamy corridor, and Lucy saw 4 twisted shadows scurry off in the distance. "We's got to stink a full jacket," she heard Grunt cackle. "Scratch be using it as a duvet to sleep in. Sniffs wants it as a rotten rug. Guff be making a pair of whiffy coat curtains with it. None of yous be having this stinking thing. We be taking it to the king," Grunt hissed. "The king?" Lucy whispered to herself. "All hails the king!" the Creakers snapped in unison as they marched deeper into the tunnel. The king of the Creakers? Oh, he must be the worst of them all, Lucy thought. And she was right. The Creaker King was the worst creaker in the whole Wallop. But even worse than that, what Lucy didn't even yet know, was that to rescue the grown-up and get her mum back, Lucy was going to have to face him. Oh, don't tell her. Oh, poor Lucy. Let's see if she finds the grown-ups and the King Creaker.